Hey, it's Tony here at Smart Toyota. Same story, different vehicle. Toyota has dominated the crossover SUV market for a lot of years, beginning with the RAV4 way back in the 90s, and then the Highlander, and now here they come with another one, the Toyota Corolla Cross. Hey, in this video I'm going to walk around the outside, show you all the great exterior features. This is your Nightshade edition. Let's get started up front. Corolla Cross came on the scene in 2022, but due to supply chain shortages, there wasn't a lot of them available. And in 2022, they did not offer this edition. This is a hybrid, and it's also a new trim called the Nightshade edition. So a really cool looking vehicle with that hybrid system in there. This is the 2-liter 5th generation hybrid. Really a great setup. So the color on this one is a classic Toyota color, Barcelona red. Been around for a lot of years, and in some models they're not even offering it anymore, but it does look nice on this Corolla Cross. Let me know in the comments if you agree. So on the front of the Corolla Cross, the grille is different on the hybrid versus what you're going to see on the gas edition. This whole area right here is completely different. Other than that, it's very, very similar. I have a video, I'll put a video at the end to my Corolla Cross playlist where you can see the gasoline edition. But you can see the Toyota badge is behind this smoked out glass here. That's one of the differences between the gas and the hybrid edition. Otherwise, the front grille on here, this is the SE Nightshade. So the front grille is surrounded by a gloss black trim. There's a spot down here for fog lights. It's not standard on this, can be installed by the dealer. And then the grille down here is that matte black ABS, scratch and dent resistant, and also easy to replace because it's not painted. So if you do pick up some damage there, you're going to find it's easy for you. A couple twists of a screwdriver and you can remove most of those things. As far as your headlight setup goes on this truly is LED headlight complement throughout. So your driving lights are LED, they're projector style. High and low beams are automatic, auto on and off on those headlights as well. Turn signals are LED, daytime running lights are LED. Super low profile, gives it a nice aggressive sporty look. As we swing around to the side, the SE edition has a special wheel for this trim, especially in the Nightshade. So you can see it's a multi-spoke aluminum wheel. It's gloss black painted with those gloss or with those black lug nuts. Really nice. Interesting, on some Toyotas they put black wheels, but they still put chrome lug nuts. I just really like the black ones better myself. So the SE edition in the hybrid, which is the only way you can get an SE, is an all-wheel drive edition. Fully independent front and rear suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes all the way around. As an all-wheel drive, it's actually powered by some electric motors for the rear wheels. Notice the over fenders on here. Again, that ABS, matte black ABS finish. It's molded. You don't have to paint it if you pick up any damage. Here's just a couple places for screwdriver. Pull that off and away you go. So it's a nice looking wheel and tire. Very smooth ride, 18-inch, 225/55 series, so a little bit wider sidewall. Gives you a little bit more to play with when doing that off-road driving. Don't know that this is a serious off-road vehicle, but definitely down gravel roads. Handling in the snow is going to be nice. Mud guards down here, integrated in, and then those wide body side moldings or rocker panels that Toyota really has now went with across their SUV lineup. Again, that durable ABS plastic, and you can see here it's actually laid right over the top of the door. So if you do need to replace it, again, a couple twists of a screwdriver and away you go. Which is really nice if you have kiddos. Sometimes they throw their doors open into the curbs. Easy, easy, easy peasy to replace. Now, as a Nightshade edition, in addition to the black wheels, you also get blacked out badging, all-wheel drive down here. Again, ABS plastic over fenders here, and then the rear mud guard down there as well. Blacked out door handles, all black trim around the windows, no chrome there. Scratch resistant ABS trim here. Outside mirrors are going to be painted gloss black. colored to match with the logos and such. LED turn signals in the mirrors. Notice those mirrors do fold in, so if you got a tight parking space or you're doing a little bit of off-road driving, you can do that. Also, you have breakaway, blind spot monitoring, heated, and these are also power outside mirrors. Nice big mirror, gives you great visibility, minimizes blind spots. Now this one's been upgraded with the two-tone paint, so you'll see this is a black metallic paint here all the way up on the roof line. That's going to be an upcharge on here, but if I'm ordering a Nightshade edition, I think it's the way to go. Frankly, I'm surprised Toyota doesn't make it standard, the black roof on the Nightshade, but they opted not to do that for whatever reason. Notice your rear windows are tinted or blacked out, if you will, including the tailgate window. Gas door is going to be right here on the driver's side. This one does have the cross rail system, so you can put your kayaks and canoes up there. Also, this one's equipped with the moonroof package, so power sliding moonroof, and the all-weather floor mats come in that package. And then we have the black shark fin antenna. The third spoiler up here is high-mounted black as well. And then they've got Corolla Cross right here in the trim across the back. As we swing around to the tail of the Corolla Cross, you'll notice that the taillights on here are also LED taillights. LED backup lights. There's an LED third brake light. That's going to be right here behind the glass. It's nice, makes it easy to clean it. Rear washer wiper, rear window defrost. This back window does not open though, just keep that in mind. And then you can see on the Nightshade edition, I mentioned the blacked out Corolla Cross, Toyota, and your SE badge there. Also, this is going to be a black trim, part of the Nightshade package. Backup camera is going to be right up underneath here. They do offer this with a power lift gate. This one has not been upgraded to the power lift gate, but you can see it's pretty nice. Gets up and high and out of your way. I'll do a interior video and go over that a little bit more later in this video. And then as far as down on the lower bumper, more of the ABS trim. Gloss black trim here. This is a reflector, so not a light on there. And you can see as an SE, it is a hybrid, so that's their hybrid badge with the hybrid logo. So let's go ahead, we'll scoot up front here real quick. I want to pop that hood and just give you an overview on the power plant on the Corolla Cross. So under the hood on the hybrid engine, this is your Nightshade SE. The Nightshade SE is an SE with the trim, so you get the standard SE engine, which is the 2-liter 4-cylinder 16-valve gasoline engine connected to a CVT automatic transmission. And then over on this side, we've got the hybrid system here. And as I mentioned before, this is an all-wheel drive, so your front wheels are powered by electric motors in the hybrid, but then the back wheels are powered exclusively by electric motors, so there's no drive shaft going to the back as part of the advantage, lightweight. Engine and electrical motors produce a combined horsepower of 196 horsepower, which is really great horsepower out of this. I've got to say it's a very, very snappy engine. It really gets up and goes, and the fuel economy is terrific as well. Now, the engine and the transmission, they have a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, no deductible. And then as far as the hybrid system, it actually has 2 warranties. The first is the mechanical warranty, and that covers the mechanical features, elements of the hybrid system, and that's going to be for 8 years, 100,000 miles. And then they have a second battery warranty that covers the hybrid battery, and that hybrid battery is covered for 10 years, 150,000 miles. So really great warranties, no deductible on those. And of course, even if it's a hybrid, you still get Toyota Care. So Toyota Care is a complimentary maintenance program Toyota provides at no additional cost, covers your basic maintenance. So your oil changes are going to be covered by Toyota Care. Your fluid top-offs, your tire rotations, any of the basic maintenance that Toyota recommends for 2 years or 25,000 miles covered by Toyota Care. And then the vehicle itself is going to have a 3-year, 36,000 mile limited warranty, and again, no deductible there. By the way, Toyota Care also includes roadside assistance for the 2 years or 25,000 miles. So let's go ahead and jump inside and check out the interior features. So before we sit down inside, I wanted to just kind of show you the door panels on here. It's basically an all black door handle or panel, including a black door handle, little satin silver trim here, one touch up and down on all 4 windows, power door locks, power mirrors. There's a bottle holder down there and a small storage pocket, and then there is a speaker there as well on the door panel. Take a look at the driver's seat. This is a cloth seat, and the SE Edition has that red pattern in the seats with the red stitching here, and then leads up into a red racing stripe. And of course we have height adjustable headrest. We also have height adjustable seat belts. This seat is not power operated on the SE Nightshade, so you do have a height adjustment here. Of course it does recline back, and then there's a handle right here under the front to be able to slide it forward and backwards. Really has pretty darn good leg room when you put it all the way back. Up here we've got 4 vents across the front. They're the same with that satin silver trim. We've got our dimmer switch for our dash lights, on and off for our automatic high beams, traction control on and off. Gas door release is going to be here. Remember, the gas door is on the driver's side. There's the hood release, the brake, and the accelerator right where you'd expect them. And then it does have tilt steering wheel. The control is there. Pull that down, put it to where you want it, tighten it back up, and you're ready to go. Let's grab a seat. Okay, behind the wheel of the Corolla Cross, I have to say that this is identical, well, nearly identical to sitting in the seat of a Corolla sedan. Of course, they're built on the same platform, so they're very, very similar in terms of features and styling and that type of thing. Let's talk about the driver's side here. So we've got a leather wrap steering wheel. This is not heated, just keep that in mind. It also has electric power steering. One of the nice little touches for the Corolla Cross Nightshade is you've got red stitching on the inside of the steering wheel, and that red stitching obviously is going to coincide with the red seats and the red stitching on the seats. So nice touch for Toyota to cover those little things. On the right hand side we've got our cruise control settings. We also have some controls here for our sound system. Of course, we have a driver's side airbag, more of that satin silver trim that we've seen on the doors and the vents. Over on this side we've got controls for our information center. There's a little 7-inch multi-information center up there. Also connectivity for our smartphone and voice activation, and then volume for the sound system. As I mentioned before, it is a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. I want to show you the leg room up front. Now I've got the driver's seat all the way back, and I would not be able to drive it with it all the way back. My legs just aren't long enough. So I think if you're a 6-footer, it's going to be okay. Much more than 6 feet, it's probably going to be a little bit tight for you. I just wanted to move that ahead. Also, the SE Edition does have paddle shifters here. Even though it's a CVT transmission, you have the ability to kind of simulate shifting if you wanted to do that. And then we also have our wiper controls, front and rear wipers with intermittent settings on that side. And then over on this side here, this is where we have our headlight controls. And I mentioned earlier it has auto on and auto off for the headlights. It also has automatic high beams on those headlights. Let's take a look at the gauge cluster here. Frankly, I think it's a little bit plainish on the plain side. It's white on black backlit. There's no bezels, there's no chrome, there's nothing. It's just really a flat black. I'll start it up so you can see what it looks like. But the SE Edition does have the smart keyless entry system, so you've got push button start. You just want to put your foot on the brake and then go ahead and push in the button and it will start up. Now the chime that you're hearing is a relatively new chime for Toyota that came out last year. Again, on the left hand side we've got our tach and our temperature. We've got a trip reset here, and then as we move to the center, that's where we find our information center. It does have outside temperature on there, digital speedometer, there's a clock, and then using the controls here on the steering wheel, these controls here, you can toggle through some of your information, your safety settings. So we've got blind spot monitoring, pre-collision, pedestrian detection. All of that is right here, and you can customize it for yourself. Speedometer and fuel gauge is going to be over here on the right side. Take a look at our center stack. Identical to what we see in the Corolla sedan. They did minimize a couple years ago and got rid of a bunch of buttons and switches, so now it's just this one on and off and volume control. And then we have, of course, multilingual setups. I'm going to go set up later. Jump in here. I wanted to show you just a couple of the audio features. Sorry for the flickering of the screen. There's nothing wrong with the screen. It's my camera that does that. But we do have, turn that down, AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it's Alexa compatible. And then the one thing that I can and will show you on here is we've got that backup camera. And it's a pretty nice backup camera. It does not have path projection, but it does have a wide angle view. Then as we move down the center stack, here's two more vents. Here's our flashers or our hazard lights. We do have our heating and air conditioning control here. You can see it's surrounded by gloss black trim. Automatic temperature control. Tap the button, away you go. Automatic temperature control is driver side only. Passenger side has to live with whatever the driver wants to do. At least on the SE edition. The XSE edition does have dual temperature controls, so if that's important to you, you might want to consider the XSE. Moving down the center console, there's a bunch. These are 3 dummy buttons. If you have heated seats, that's where those switches would go. We do have a USB-C charging port, and then this is really great. We have wireless charging right there. So this is the SE edition, and you still get that wireless charging. You just drop your phone in there like that, and it will charge up, and away you go. Moving further down the center console, we've got some controls right here for our drive mode, Eco, Normal, and Sport. We've got EV mode. EV mode is for very slow driving, like in a parking garage, or let's say you're listening to a podcast and you pull in your own garage and you don't want to turn off the car. You hit EV mode, it'll prevent the engine from starting up. As far as the design here, this is a rubber coated shifter. It's pretty nice though in the hand. All gloss black trim around the edges with the little satin silver finish. Parking here, parking brake hold, and then we have, well, you do get 2 of these remote controls. We've got 2 cup holders here with a flat side on this side, so you can drop your smartphone in there if you just want to drop it in and go. Oh, I just noticed this also has red stitching here on the shifter boot. So again, a nice little touch. As far as the armrest is relatively short. It is covered with fabric. It doesn't slide forward or backwards. It just opens up. And then inside of here, we've got a USB-C and we've got a 12-volt port right there as well. And just a little bit of storage under the armrest. I wish the armrest was a little bit bigger. If you need more storage, you'll probably have to put it in the trunk. There's a quick look at the passenger seat. There's a passenger assist grip up here. Overhead mirrors, lighted vanities on both sides. We do have a visor extension on your visors. And then this one has been upgraded with the JBL audio system, so that's an extra charge. When you upgrade, you get speakers up there, and then you get a subwoofer in the trunk. We'll take a look at that in a minute. The door panel and the features on the doors, similar to what we saw on the driver's side. And then we do have a really nice sized glove box. Of course, you get all your owner's books. The glove box is not a locking glove box on the Corolla Cross, though, so not really any place inside your vehicle to stow stuff securely. Let's take a final look overhead. This one's been upgraded with the frameless mirror. Really great mirror. It's a bigger mirror. And then underneath the mirror, there's buttons right here for your garage door, so you can program up to 3 different remote controls, garage doors, lighting, that type of thing at your home. Also, overhead reading lights. There's a switch here and here. Those control the power moonroof to raise it up, lower it back, open it up. It opens all the way up like that. And then it also has a nice shade up here too. So that really covers everything up front on the Corolla Cross. It's a really, really nice car with that hybrid system, the great gas mileage, and the performance. This is really terrific. Let's jump in the back seat. Here's a look up front from the back seat, give you a sense of how much space is up there, but also the visibility from the backseat passengers. There's 3 seat belts back here, and I've got this seat right here, the driver's seat all the way back, and my knees are pretty much up against it. I'm not tall, I'm 5'7". If you've got a 6-footer up there, it's going to be tight behind here. The one thing I will say is that my feet don't feel stuck under there because these seats are a little bit higher. Some cars you get in the back seat and put your feet under the front seat and you can't get them out. Not so on the Corolla Cross. On the center console, we've got vents here, no temperature controls, and then way down here, you can just see them, there's 2 USB charging ports. I really wish Toyota would bring those up off the floor and put them, more right here, because you probably wouldn't even know where they were there, especially if they didn't have lights on them. The other thing that's interesting is the seat on this side has a pocket, but the seat on the driver's side, no pocket. Toyota's odd that way. Sometimes they'll have 2, sometimes they'll have 1. I'm not sure I've ever seen none, though. Here in the back seat, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, for 2 or 3 people back here, especially 2-3 kids, it's going to be fine. There's a passenger assist grip. There's a coat hook. Cup holders in the back seat. I don't like the way they do it. They put them here on the door, which seems great until you slam the door and the lid's not on your soda and you got soda all the way down your door panel. So I'm not a big fan of that. There are 3 seat belts. There are child safety lock seats connectors right there. And then on the SE Corolla Cross, this does not fold down. Some of like in a Corolla, it folds down and there's more cup holders. But in the Corolla Cross, it does not. So not a fan of that. There is an overhead light here. I would have liked to see a light up here. So if you're sitting in the back seat, you can actually read with the light on. But that's where it's at up there, and it's an LED light. Let's go ahead and jump in the trunk. So of course, one advantage of a Corolla Cross is the lift gate on here. So you can load a lot more cargo than you would, say, in the Corolla sedan. It lifts up nice and high. A power lift gate's an option. This one doesn't have that. There are some handles on here as well, right here, that make it easy to pull it down. It's really not that heavy either. But the opening opens up really nice and big. You can see that. There is a cargo cover, retractable cargo cover, just like that. Not an extra charge, it's included. And you can pull it out without tools and set it aside. I mentioned earlier that this one has the moonroof package, so that includes these all-weather floor liners, nice high-quality rubber floor liners for the front back seat and the cargo area. Back inside, the floor is nice and level, flat, really unobstructed. There's a little storage cubby over here. There's plenty of room underneath here because this comes with the fix-a-flat setup, and it's got these little storage compartments built into this high-density styrofoam. But underneath this, you're not going to find a spare tire. That's the connector for the power motors that power the rear wheels. So that's why it doesn't have a spare, is because it's going to have that power motor in there. And then over on this side, I mentioned it has the JBL audio system. So that includes this subwoofer and 9 speakers. That's an $800 upgrade. There's an LED light here. These back seats fold down, 60/40. They're tough to reach though if you have short arms like myself. So I wish they did a release back here. The easiest way to drop these down is going to be to just come up here and fold them down. But I wanted to point out that in order to get that seat to fold all the way down, you don't want to remove the headrest. What you're going to do is move this front driver's seat forward and then adjust it back, and that'll drop down. And there's tethers on the back for your car seats, and of course that one comes down as well. And then here's a quick look with those back seats down, kind of how much distance you have from the rear to the front. So it does give you quite a bit of cargo room back here, and of course that's probably one of the reasons why people would choose this over the Corolla Hybrid, which by the way does come, Corolla Hybrid sedan does come as an all-wheel drive and also comes as a hybrid, just like the Corolla Cross. So there you go. That's a quick look at this new 2024 Toyota Corolla Cross Nightshade Edition, special edition for 2024. Good looking rig. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. This is Tony here at Smart Toyota. Thanks for watching.